שלום חברים, בוקר טוב או ערב טוב, איפה שאתם נמצאים. נפגשנו כאן היום עם ברט ועם תמיר לדבר קצת על המצב הכלכלי בארצות הברית בכלל, אוהיו וקיהוגה קאונטי בפרט, האזור שאנחנו עובדים פה באוהיו. Good morning Brett, good morning Tamir. How are you today?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good. So please Tamir, go ahead.
Brett, the first question is, please tell us about the situation in Ohio State and mostly in Cleveland area.
Sure, yeah, because, Cleveland is metro, so we do with a lot of cities. And I pulled up the MLS here to show you kind of the last 7 days. I mean, that's as far back as I can go, unfortunately. I can customize it, I guess. But we'll just go the last 7 days because they all say about the same. But on this one, you can see that there was 1,069 new listings. And then if you look at the under contract, no showings, allow showings, and sold, you're up around 2,500. So we still got about 2.5 homes going off the market to 2 coming in. And then the other thing you want to always look at is what's the sales price, because everybody's like, well, the price is dropping. Well, is it? Let's check. So let's look at the list price, the sales price, meaning that whenever something's put up for a certain price, does it actually sell for that price? 100% would be your optimal there. So if you look back in 2017, you can see that nothing sold for a list price. If you look from 2020, June, you have a couple months there with like a 5/10 and a 3/10 difference. But if you look at June of 2020 all the way to September 2022, it's pretty much been at 100%. And the reason for that is because Cleveland is not a really expensive place to live. I mean, you can get $1 million homes here, don't get me wrong, but your average price is, we can find out here. Let's look at the sales average in Cuyahoga County. So the sales average is about 226. So if you look, it's still going up.
Oh yeah.
You look back, this goes all the way back to 2012. So let's look in October, 129, and today in October it's 226. So that's still a reasonable price. So I know in Tel Aviv, I think, guys, it's what, $1 million to buy it.
Well, then don't even start.
So it's a lot of money there, So it's very affordable here, and we also want to look at the inventory trend, because that's another thing. Because back in 2008 and 2009, you had this huge inventory because of the bad loans and all that, which they changed all the lending processes. And to explain how it works in Ohio and in the rest of the United States is when you go get a mortgage for 30 years at 3%, 2%, it stays at that. There's no adjustable thing. I know in Canada, every 5 or 10 years they have to adjust to whatever the market is. That is not the case here in America. So I personally have a 3% that for the 30 years I have this house, and after those 30 years the house is paid off. So I want to point that out too, because with interest rates going up, people say, well, how are people going to make their payment? Well, they still got that nice 3% interest rate. So
what you say now, Brett, can correct me if I'm wrong, when someone have a mortgage for $100,000, he paid 3%, it's not worth him to sell the property even if you make some profit, and to take another mortgage for much more interest rate. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, the only place it would be critical for someone like that is if they had they were moving, if they had to move to another job.
Right.
But what a lot of people are doing, they don't even sell it. They'll just rent it out. I have a client that's going on the mission field. He's going to Italy, and he has a house in a place in Parma, and he called me, and I'm going to be leasing that for him while he's gone, because he wants to hold on to that property. So, and plus, if you look at 2008 and 2009, and today you have Blackstone, you have Redfin, you have Berkshire Hathaway, Sagiv, you have your clients, Tamir, you have your clients. They pay cash, so there's no mortgages. So there's less bank deals as far as mortgages than there is in, cash. Cash is king. So everybody learned how to work without a bank during the 2008, 2009, all the way up to 16 crisis. And we learned well. We learned that we just do it ourselves. So we did that. So that's what happened there. And so I don't see less than 1% of America right now is in foreclosure. But if you look here, 2017, we had 6,607 houses for sale. Now, Tamir, that was a good year, 2017, if I remember right, wasn't it? So let's go all the way down to September of 2022. We have 4,096. Cleveland needs 6,500 homes to be a normal market. So we're still underwater because if you look from 2006 all the way to 16, they just didn't build any medium-priced homes because of regulations and stuff of that nature. It was just not good for builders to do that. I was with those builders. I know. If you remember, and I asked Tamir this before we taped, he remembers the fences around the subdivisions that people weren't building because of the price. So fast forward to today, they go, well, they'll build new houses today. Well, you have inflation now. So a $200,000 house probably runs $220,000 house. How do you think that's going to affect the housing market?
Brett, please, could you please tell us about the rents, the average rents in Cleveland area?
Yeah, absolutely. So I pulled up another one here. So here's a house we bought in 2020. This is on San Diego. We paid $77,000 for it. So I wanted to pull up the rentals on it. This is real stuff. This is audited. All this is audited. So let me see. I want to see sold. And what was the address on that one? Is 14108. 14108. So let's just look at one of Sagiv's clients' places. So here's one. So in 2020, November, we rented that one in 4 days for $1,150. Okay, that tenant moved out, some stuff, and we had him in there for almost 2 years. So what did he make in 2 years on that $1,150? That's really the crucial part of it all, right? So when you look at that, he made $16,188 net profit. Now that's after property management, insurance, and taxes. Okay? So $16,188. I think that's phenomenal. And our average tenant stays 18 to 24 months. So let's look at today. Because your question was, how's the rent? So here's the new rent. We tried for $1,300 and we would have probably gotten it. But we had a really good tenant at $1,275 that's paying for their own refrigerator. So we just said, hey, let's just go with the $25 deduction. And let's just take this one. We had the mother co-sign for this one. But our average is 18 to 24 months. So they're definitely going up. So this one went up, for example, $125 a month. And Sagiv, you might want to tell the story of your personal property. What happened with that?
Oh, yeah. Well, 20 Leonard. You mean about 20 Leonard?
Yes.
So 20 Leonard, that's in Bedford, Ohio. So we rented for more than 2 years for $1,100. And then, I don't remember for how much we bought it, 70, 80, whatever case. And then we wanted to sell it because prices went up, and we wanted to sell it. And the tenant got a notice that I need to move out within a month because we want to sell it. And then he came back to us after a month, and he told us, hey, if you let me stay over there, I will pay $1,400. That's $300 more than what we got at the beginning. So we opened our calculator, we make some calculation, and we decided to keep the property and the tenant. So, yes, rent going up.
So that went up $3,600 a year, just that one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
did we buy that one? We bought that one off the market, and I can't find it for some reason. I can't remember what we
I
paid.
think it was 70-something, 75 something.
Yeah, let me see something here real quick.
Right now, I think market value is 160, 165, whatever.
Yeah, it's how you spell Leonard? L.
Leno.
Okay, let me see something there. So let's just look it up there because I want to look it up. If it's here, it is right here. So you paid $55,000 for that.
Yeah, we have a rehab and stuff. So
Yeah,
around
75.
Yeah, around 70.
Yeah. So, but if you look, that's me. So that one, but that one we paid $55 for that one we bought plus construction.
Yes.
So so that he's made a ton of money off that.
Thanks God and thanks Brett.
Thank you.
All right, Brett. Thank you very much for today's meeting.
Thank you guys.
We'll talk
Have
again.
a good day.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
Recording stopped.
Very good.